Saying Russ talked a little bit about still seeking an identity and who you are and playing to your capability. Is that your feeling too? And among the Spiders, that there's the room for improvement is the biggest room in the world, right? So you guys talk about that and how you're not there yet. You can get there.
Of course. I mean, Coach Huseman addressed that after the Elon game, and that was something that we really tried to hone in on during the bye week. Sort of knowing our identity, but really just focusing and getting better as a team and coming together as one unit.
Tyler, how about speaking to turnover causing? And that's been an issue this year as opposed to last year, and what you need to do in addition to what Coach said about getting the ball either on the ground or in your hands.
Yeah, for sure. The turnover battle, we have to get the ball to our offense. For sure, we definitely need to win in that aspect. Whether that be interceptions from our secondary or whether that be linebackers or linemen getting it on the tackle. Second guy, let's get that strip because we get the ball in our offensive hands. They're going to do damage. So,
Coach mentioned with the front seven. Are you noticing that people are playing you different because of what the defensive unit was able to accomplish last year, or what is it that what are you seeing that's different from what you were able to exploit last year?
In terms of Fordham, what are we seeing different?
Just from opponents in general.
What are we seeing that's different? I would say in terms of scheme wise, not a whole lot's changing. A lot of people do similar stuff, but just really who they're targeting in terms, I guess, of our defense. Who are they going after? What are our spots that we can improve on and stuff in that aspect. So,
Coach talked about increasing the pressure on the quarterback. In your view, how does that happen?
I think it starts up front. I think we got a great four up front. But really, it's linebackers got to start doing their job as well, whether that be on the blitzes or just activating at the right times. So getting that pressure on that quarterback is really going to be key this week, and like we talked about earlier, that can also help with the turnover battle.
Same differences with Bo at quarterback as opposed to Joe, both in the huddle and blocking for him?
I think they both do great jobs. I like the way they both address the ball. It's just, honestly, it's really just the snap count a little different when we just got to get – we sort of know Bo's snap count now, but just when he's coming in the game, especially when we're going from Bo to Joe, just remembering that they have a little bit different snap counts and just being on the same page when he calls the ball. But besides that, I think they're both doing a great job, and I think that, we're going to have their backs on Saturday, and they're going to have ours.
Were there things you tried to do once Bo got here? You knew Joe, and you talked with the receivers, and they talked about how they went about learning Bo.
I got really close with Bo over the summer because we had a class together, and we were the only football players in that class. There was only 4 of us in the whole class. So we got close. It was 3 nights a week. It was a 3-hour class, so we got pretty close during that time. But, I got close to him. He was telling me about Air Force, and I asked a bunch of questions. So he's a great guy. He's from the North, so we had a connection as well.
Speaking of that, how many Settapani's families and friends might be at Jack Coffey Field at 1 o'clock Saturday?
Probably around 20. There might be around 20 Settapani's there.
They don't have to close the restaurant or anything, do they?
No, we'll have someone there.
Okay. Just make sure you leave that covered.
No.
All the Casadantes will be working.
Yeah, there you go.
There'll definitely be someone there, but we'll have the Settapani will be in full force this Saturday.
How are you approaching that? Is it a little more special for you to go up there and otherwise, relatively, all due respect, nondescript, non-conference game, middle of the season, but for you?
For me, it's, I take every game seriously like it's my last game because you never really know, but, we're not going to New York for fun. It's a business trip, so I'm going to New York as I would be going to play JMU. It's the same every game for me. So, I think most of the offense is like that as well. We're not even going to really be in the city, so it's really we're just driving 7 hours and then playing for them. I don't care where we're playing them.
What do you all remember about last year's game on both sides that worked so well for each of your units?
You want to take this?
Yeah, so I remember we just played at high intensity, and we had that momentum going early on. Another thing, Coach Houston was talking about early on, you saw in the Jacksonville game, we just had our swag, really. I mean, we had the juice going, and that's something we had going at the game last year against Fordham, so that's something we definitely want to target on and bring back coming up this week.
I think we did a solid job last year at keeping the ball and then just keep moving the ball down the field. And I think what helped us a lot last year was just never letting on the brakes. We just pounded it down their throats the whole game and just didn't let up.
How was this bye week for you guys? I mean, I know you needed to get healthy again, but is there a feeling of we got to get back out there because the last time we were out there it wasn't a whole lot of fun?
I mean, y'all heard what Coach Huseman said. It's sort of tough having a bye week after a loss, but I think for us, I'm not going to say we needed this loss for having a successful season, but it was definitely beneficial in opening our eyes to what we could do better. And I think we're going to use this bye week we got a lot better. I mean, at least for me, I came out of Elon a little banged up, so I'll be good to go for Saturday. And then besides that, I think it was really good for us to get the whole team on one page, getting our schemes right, as well as just getting our overall team morale up.
Yeah, I agree with that, with what Sam said. That loss to Elon really was an eye-opener for us, and I can tell the difference in between the way we've treated this week and our off week. The offensive and defensive guys, we've been having a lot more meetings in terms of, just specific unit meetings or meetings as a whole as the offensive defense, and I really believe that's going to make a difference in something in terms of execution, something that we need to work on as a team. So